We're live.
Okay. How's it going there, Miss Squad?
It's going good.
Typical Wayne.
It's going good.
Love it.
So we go by.
Do you love it?
I do love it.
Do you love it?
I do.
Do you love it as much as my Thunderbird?
Your Thunderbird.
I love it. It is where you get yours.
See the way my bank account is worth. Whenever it's
Okay. All right. Well, how's it going, folks? Our prayers right now are to our people out in Nova Scotia fighting ever-present repressors. If we could say a prayer for them right now, first of all, my name is Luwadnies, which means they can depend on him. I'm from I'm from the Six Nations Indian Reservation out in Ontario, Canada. I'm Oneida, Turtle Clan, and my brother.
Miskwa Pibagoyan. I'm a Anishinaabe from Kitigan Zibi Reserve up north of Quebec, and I am Golden Eagle Plant.
Yep, so we are the Firekeepers Den. You are our people, and we represent all of our people under the Turtle Island. And it doesn't discriminate from anybody. We don't discriminate from anybody. We want Oho Matakiasin. That's what we want. Matakiasin. We want all the relations from a spider to the eagle to the four-legged to the spineless. Everyone that Mother Earth represents,
especially men and women,
including you. Men and women, our grandmothers, of course. But Miss Squad's gonna lead us in a prayer, and pray for those unlovables. Pray for those people in our lives that they're there but they're not there, and we're not. It's not our job to hate. We're not supposed to hate. Right. A lot of understanding and compassion, and lead with that respect and the aspect that we're no greater than anybody else. And if they're giving us the negative energy, we're not supposed to hold on to that anymore, and that's not our responsibility. We're to let it go, right?
We are to let it go, and once you realize how to, we're just talking about this, observe certain things, bad energies, bad things.
Once we learn to observe that and not let it
affect us, we are that much stronger. Before I pray, I just want to Micmac Nation and Six Nations with the Lamback 1492 Lamback Lane and the fisheries. Micmac,
also the
black snake that we're trying to stop from growing out west. We want to pray for the warriors on the front line, and when I say the warriors, a majority are women. And we touched on that last week. The majority are women out there. Even when you look, we have friend Corey. She's not here right now. Even her, she was, totally jazzed up when she got back from that.
Corey Lynn.
Yep, Corey Lynn.
She was the Tonawanda.
She was at Tonawanda. Yeah. And Tony too, right?
Yep. Tony Scott.
Yeah. She was out there. That makes me proud when I see them when they come back. When they come back, and they're like, they to me.
And we talk about this to me.
You served your people for whether that's an hour tour or my cousin Shannon Ferguson. She's up in doing the moose moran. I don't know how to pronounce it. We're basically trying to save the moose because colonizers, a lot of hunters who happen to be majority white, don't understand about KKK. They don't know how to give. So my cousin came out from. I said thank you for her service because she stayed out in the bush for a month. And we got Shannon Chief also,
she's up there north too, and she's been in and out, been watching her.
She's a very, very
smart woman, and she's very knowledgeable in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I gotta recognize Starla Antone too. She's on the battles out in Six Nations with Lamback. There's several of our sisters are out there battling for us, and it's our duty as men to honor our women and to support them in any way possible. And that goes with anything in life.
Everything and anything in life. That goes with prayers, that goes with food. We can't make it, we can't make it I'm talking for myself on this one. There's a lot of times that, we're tight in schedule. We're like, okay, boom, get here. I was late for this. I really wish
I could be on the front line to protect them.
women. I don't want to talk. I just want to stand there and protect the women, sitting there, let them speak, let them say what they
Need to say I don't speak much at those things. I just sit there and make sure nobody disrespects them. And
Beautiful thing.
it is a beautiful thing. So I want to pray right now.
To our Creator.
Give me a second.
Okay, yeah, no problem. But you want to know medicines for us. Yeah. Oh, you got your thing.
Yeah.
So I just want to lift that up a little bit. I love this.
So we have our 4 medicines. It's tobacco, sage, cedar, and sweetgrass.
It's all connected.
Yeah, they're connected to the 4 directions also.
Another one thing that you stress on, Luani, is that we have to talk to the medicine. We have to talk to the spirits. We have to talk to our Creator, and
not look cool.
Like a lot of people try to do, but we talk to them. You know what I mean? We are an
Intent every time we do something like this, that we have an intent, and
so just want to San Odiso get you Manadu. Squad to the Gwen. It is your son, your
grandson, and we just want to thank you for everything. So we'll go to them for this way of life, and we want to thank, like I said, the warriors on the front line.
And we want to thank the people that are
standing up and not shutting their mouths.
They're getting charged right now. Right now, we have a couple friends that have gotten charged for just being at a protest.
I just want to pray for them. I want to pray for all our families.
I want to pray for all our friends. I want to even pray for
our quote-unquote
enemies, people that don't like us, don't like our way of life.
The colonizers,
got to pray for them too, because
I was a colonizer once too. And, I'm just very grateful to be healing. Good.
Yeah. So the medicines that we have that are burning, they're significant with their 4 directions, which is yellow is the east, white is the north, black is the west, and the red is the south.
I'm connected to the east and north.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, something about the east, the rebirth of things, the spring of things, the life.
Yeah, well, Ongwe is the original people, and Haudenosaunee, the people of the Longhouse. We start with the east. We start our day and every ceremony is touched on with the east, and we go counterclockwise in a circle around the sacred fire, as opposed to the Lakotas that go clockwise. Counterclockwise, honor the east. Our north is something I was always powerful with growing up. The Northern Star. We're up north.
Well, and that's the other thing too. Is we are technically northeast. I mean, we're right in that corner, so probably why we're very connected.
Yeah, and being on my family that was on the Six Nation Drives, and I was down there a lot of summers and winters, and seeing those lights, man, the northern lights.
That is beautiful. We get lucky about twice a year.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but even that is real vague too.
It's
not
real vague.
You can see it.
It's like yeah. I seen it so vividly a couple nights. I was up there, and I was appalled.
I
didn't know what to do.
You can't explain
No.
science on that.
Not at all.
They want to, and
Not
that's
at all.
cool. But still, it's like my son. We're watching a movie. I was watching a movie, and he says,
Who? Because he said God has
the Creator has white beard and white hair. I said, oh, okay, because then you get what that ideal comes from.
Yeah.
And he was like, what if they're aliens?
I said, what if they're aliens? So
what? It's still going to be a creator, right? That's who created. That's who created. I mean, wherever you want your mind to go.
Yeah.
That's that's awesome that you got. I don't want to extinguish that into
His mind, or out of his mind.
and that
Goes on with
we use these medicines and we use it during prayer. And also, I like to use this medicine during meditation too.
Meditation is great.
To listen.
put your head, your
Listening.
crown.
Yep.
Yeah, and tobacco is always an offering. It's always a thankfulness.
Yeah.
You know, it's a connection right away. As soon as you put down your tobacco and I like tobacco for everything.
Yeah.
I before you even venture out on the road, put some behind your car. You know,
We do that a lot actually.
Put
Yeah.
some down.
Even gifting to
Gifting,
people too.
yeah.
Even if like we have nothing to give us, that's like the biggest gift you can. It's just something about it. Even me and you, if you just hand me, how many times did you hand me or I hand you like, oh, take this.
Like, you're my brother. We don't
Need to be doing that, but something inside of us goes, it's a gift from my brother, and it means
so much because of the intent behind that tobacco, that we're one minded. We want to connect.
Yeah, it's an immediate connection to the Creator.
Very much so.
When we're throwing that tobacco, offering that tobacco from our prayers that are in the tobacco, and the Creator in the sacred fire, and then it just goes up, man. You can see it just being grabbed. The Creator grabs onto those prayers.
He does,
Even before you're even thinking it, it's all good intent.
before the words come out of your mouth.
Yeah,
You already know.
you already put in the tobacco already.
And I can feel it in every way, shape, and form. As you can tell with the tie dye, I'm a little bit hippie sometimes. But
Yeah,
you
don't
know,
have that.
yeah, yeah, I do. And I can feel in every source of energy. I can feel it once I put it
Yeah.
in there. Like I feel my solar plex tingle.
Yeah.
I can feel this opening up and warm up. We talk about that all the time. The ways it warms up.
Crystallization.
Crystallizations. That feels good.
It's like the lodge water, you know.
Ooh. I like drinking hot water. I'm gonna come on here to say it.
And it crystallizes as soon as we start the buckling prayer. We start opening up the welcome the spirits.
Sorry, I'm still stuck.
Drinking this
I know.
water. No, because when you first start out on this, right?
Aniganos.
Yeah, I say maybe.
Yeah,
So
Aniganos.
We the first time I remember drinking.
I was so thirsty, so thirsty. We're in and out ceremony. We're doing all this stuff. And you see a bucket of water. This is my newbie days.
Except you drink it. It's good. Then you find out where it comes from.
But it's so good when it's so quenching.
It's filtered.
Well,
There's also medicine.
It's filtered before it even comes in.
Well, yeah, oh yeah.
And once we start praying with it, it's immediately it's scientific fact.
Yeah.
No, the water changes.
It changes flavor and everything.
It crystallizes. It does.
It's good. I just
And it changes, man. It's just when you're drinking that, when Uncle passes along the horn.
That makes you so grateful for water. That and the blueberries, right? I'm sorry, matter of fact.
Yeah. There was
I like my water.
yeah.
You love your water. You don't even do.
Hardly ever.
We have a coffee in the morning.
Root beer.
We're root beer and birch beer, but
root beer every now and again.
But other than that, your water.
I don't see unless it's coffee or birch or root beer or an acid one trying to be clean.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Okay, so yeah, the 4 directions, the black, is the west.
Yes.
West, it calls to me, and my Thunderbird, our Thunderbird, I'm sorry.
No, it's yours.
No.
I know. I'm a little envious of it. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Good work you did.
Yeah, Gary over at Ink Assassins.
Inked Assassins, Gary.
The sea.
Oh, nice.
And a Lodge brother.
Nice. I don't think I met
Yes,
him.
you have.
I have met him.
Sorry.
Sorry, Gary.
My memory.
You're doing his Thunderbird just a little.
Oh.
Mess up the wing a little.
That's up the wing.
The cricket one.
The crooked one.
Yeah. So then there's the south, which is represented by the red. The red is protecting.
I know we only have 6
people on, but does anybody want to chime in and ask anything or even share some knowledge about this? Since we're on the directions, I don't mean to cut you off, brother. I'm just kind of thinking.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, live interaction is cool.
That's what I would want.
we'll be alright.
We'll be alright. We'll just talk to
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
Maybe listen.
And
The medicines are
They're always a go-to. In the morning, at night, middle of the day, day gets heavy. Society gets heavy. I always say that society gets heavy, not life. And the things in
life, which our society gets a little heavy.
I like during the day, a nice afternoon.
What I like to do with the cedar
Cedar too. I like to bathe with the
cedar. I like to bathe with the
that's a
white
cleanser.
Yeah, with the white cloth.
The detoxifier.
I do my feet.
I do all the soft, everything
Black,
soft on you.
After it's done with me, yeah. But it grounds us too. And so I put it on my crown last. And it grounds us and keeps that. And it's a good thing. And it dries you out though. So you gotta, have your lotion ready after.
Yeah. So this is our 4 medicines and our 4 directions. It's heavy, plays heavy in our traditions, in our culture. But the one thing we forgot to talk about was the sage.
The
I mean,
sage.
the sweetgrass.
Sweetgrass, the joy.
The sweetgrass.
I call it the joy.
I mean, we already know that cedar and tobacco, they go hand in hand, and the sage cleanses everything. But
That's one of your favorites too, huh?
Sweetgrass is my love.
Yeah.
I love her, and it brings back the positivity in ceremony. We touched on it last week.
We did the joy of when you
But
burn
we
it,
were
it brings
so
it
happy
happy.
to be here. We were talking our ears off last week.
We kind of went crazy last week.
Yeah, we
were
did.
like, one subject was a half an hour.
Yeah, and a lot of people are like, I don't know what the hell you're
Yeah,
talking about.
and then they couldn't hear me. Like my phone, I'm not rich. My phone is junk. It is, man. You can't hear me. You just.
You like go in the rain and go
Well,
for jog.
I don't jog.
Skippy.
Maybe
In
a
the
skip.
rain. Roll out in the mud.
Well, that's an act.
Roll it around.
Look like pig pen, you said?
But the sweetgrass, it brings back positivity, which is lacking a lot. I mean, you forget about that most of the time. Like you burn, you pray, and then you're like, what the heck? Like, when is this gonna happen? And burning the sweetgrass brings back the positivity. It brings it back to you. You absorb this immediately. It goes like to my eyes, and it goes through my eyes into my mouth. Weird.
You taste it.
It goes through my eyes and into my mouth.
That's awesome.
It brings it right back. It makes my tongue speak like great things.
So it definitely warms you up and
Natural Xanax. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, it does calm you. I know, like
Immediately.
sage makes me feel light,
Yeah.
and there's weight to it.
If I
But it feels joy.
like sage, honestly, will make me sick.
What?
It's weird, man, because it cleanses you. It just it takes out everything that you want. It absorbs all of that. And it says, yes, I got you, and it brings it out of you, man.
Yeah.
And it just brings all those toxins out of you, and you're just that mind and body and spirit is one, man. And that's exactly what it does for me. Like right now, the sage is burning down there, and I'm just I feel it coming out of my just coming out of me.
No, I definitely understand
Yeah.
this. This kind of goes on with we're gonna burn some of this. No, but it goes on. I was just talking to my wife about this. We talk about prayer and meditation and how it scares some people away. You've been on this road for a while, but it can scare you.
You were at your wife's office that day.
Yes. Yeah, they were.
Perfect example. What's going on?
Yes, she's just full of anxiety.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love her to death, but that's the same thing she says too with meditation.
Oh wow, that is good.
And that's an immediate. Look at it.
I smelled it before I put it there. That's good. But they
A lot of people seem to get dizzy when they're in the spiritual realm. I don't know if it's because they're fighting it. I have no idea yet. I want to look into that. But if
anybody else knows what
we're talking about with that, like dizziness, try to figure that out and try to understand why do we feel dizzy? Why do we sometimes get nauseous? And that happens to me too. It happens to me too. Like you feel like
Yeah.
you're like I don't know if we're not pillared or what's going on.
Right.
But you need to even listen. I know that's what I need.
But there's a lesson in that. Learning to listen and listen to learn.
Yeah.
When we're in our ceremonies, we need to be quiet.
You're right.
you know, and listen. Like Uncle talks about it all the time. Go in the woods and listen to your thoughts.
Yeah. That's the healthiest thing that,
You know, like go in the woods, sit down by a tree, and the proper way of hugging a tree, go hug a tree and sit there and talk to it, man.
How do you properly hug a tree?
Yeah.
Yeah. How?
So the proper way of hugging a tree is not a bear hug. It's the reverse around the trunk, so it's connected to your spine. And it goes from your spine to your cerebral.
Yeah,
You're right.
Vortex.
I'll talk in chakras.
It lines up with all the chakras.
Yeah. Yeah, and it goes from your stem of your butt to the top of your head, and out of the soft spot when you're a baby. Still have that little groove in your head. That's where we put the bear grease a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
Put that in there, and you sit there and talk and hug.
Correct.
And when you're in that realm of the spirit world, man,
Got it.
that's a connection immediately to your higher power.
No, it really
The God
is.
of your creation.
The God of the creator. Yeah. The creator.
But
Also
also,
up there, I feel a lot more connected to is like we were taught that like God's up there, right? This is what we're forced to learn about. God, it's God up there, and he has an angel named Michael, all this stuff, and I always go to this, and I know I always get messages after this being like, you arrogant, but my thing is this.
when you let yourself go,
And John, I'm seeing John Martino, I can't really see what he's, Jen, I apologize. Crazy Jen. There's no gravity in the spiritual realm. You're correct.
Love you.
I don't think you're crazy.
That's my buddy.
okay,
She's a wonderful lady.
nice. I can't wait to meet you someday.
She's great.
But
But that's correct. Then we realize when you let yourself go, okay, this is when you're not stopping yourself from being nauseous. You're not stopping, because this happens sometimes with people, and you just let yourself go. Just give up. Die. I call it dying. Just die. Just be okay with that. Just be okay with when you're in any kind of ceremony or any kind of meditation or prayer, and you feel this coming on. Let it happen. That's what I just let it happen. Boom. Whatever's gonna happen, I'm in the Creator's hands. When you let yourself go, you realize
you realize a lot of things.
and fear goes away. Once
You let it go and just
quote unquote die, fear goes away. Then you can listen more meditation, feel more meditation. You can speak
clear in,
prayer.
and that's when I know
When I can't say words, you know, I fumble all the time. But like when sometimes I get hot and I'm pillars and I can just say,
what I need to say,
listen to what I
need to listen to, and that's when I know I'm healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. Drink water.
Drink, yeah, I need water. That's good.
What did you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the sweat lodge, or do you want to? Because I know there's people out there that
Like
that
interested?
are sick. That are sick. They were once us. They don't know they don't have an idea where to go. They don't know how to go about it.
They might be shy too.
They have probably family members that are doing what they're doing the sacred ceremonies, and they're not being invited because of whatever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hit it this week on that, but yes.
It's got to be talked about though, because there's people out there that are a part of our lodge community that are on the outside looking in.
Oh, we know this.
And there's other lodges going on that are separated from everybody that aren't sharing their knowledge.
It does seem it does seem like it's a little closed off at times in certain. And again, we say we're not recruiting nobody. It's not about recruiting, but we're here with information, as we said before.
Sweat lodges
And other ceremonies that I won't mention have saved my life.
they've saved my life, and they saved your life. And they definitely saved my life. They probably,
In my case, they probably saved other people's lives.
But how do you go about that?
how do I go about what? Going to
Getting help.
Getting help.
Yeah, how'd you do that?
I
We're gonna have to bring you up in this then. Okay, so
growing up
north, back and forth here, I had somewhat of an idea. I've been to different ceremonies. Um, but being I was drinking a lot. You come and call, hey, whenever you're ready, open arm, not judging, not judging. I think that's the best way to do it too. Is don't judge the person.
You know what I mean?
We have people that are awesomely traditional. They want to be traditional. They walk that way. They talk that way, and they fall. And I'm not putting anybody on our stuff, but that person, I will say, is get back up, man. Our hands are right here. Get back up. It does not matter. It doesn't matter to me. Does it matter to you?
No.
No.
I fall all the time. I fell the other day.
But that's the thing with a red road is there's no judgment.
There shouldn't be.
No judgment. Exactly. There shouldn't be.
Judgment comes with ego.
And all the arrogance.
Right.
There shouldn't be no ego or arrogance.
And there's liars out there on the red road.
Okay, we're sick, right? I can deal with some lies. I can deal with some lies. What I can't deal with is, okay, so we're all equal. I gotta mark my words. I gotta say this easily. We're all equal out here in ceremony. But we know that there's certain people that have a higher stature, not as in they're better than us or we're better than them. They should know better.
And
for them to fall into that gossip stuff, into that, and the audacity to pick a side, basically, shame on them. I won't get into that much, but shame on that person, and I think they need to go, sit in the woods for a little bit.
because
That's not right. That
that's when I start getting
bad-minded is when I start thinking.
what people think. I get
Caught up in that. That's my fault. You know what I mean? But the first thing is I grabbed on. I was shy. I was scared. What was I? At 35 and scared. 36 scared.
You said, don't worry about it.
I went with him the first time up in this territory. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Just help me this. Break this wood up. Break all this up. You're fur keeping today. You're gonna learn. Okay, boom. And I just kept my mouth shut.
And did what I was told. And I remember meeting Uncle for the first time. And
That was the most.
That was love right there, man. That was love. Remember that?
Alan White.
Yes, Alan White.
When that dog.
Where the trees meet the sky? Yeah. You only name drop.
I love him.
Yeah, I love him to death too.
But
Going in there, and then that was that whole summer of being involved is what was I needed to immerse myself into it.
Yes.
to the point where Uncle even
Said Uncle Alan White said, "Hey nephew, you don't want to take this, take it seriously, but don't. Life is not serious. Have fun, have fun, because if you get to that, I don't want to call it a militia mindset, but you get very compassionate. You get very passionate about things. But I needed that summer. I needed to run from the drum. I needed to do things. I needed to
cry.
scream. I needed to shake.
I needed to feel like I was dying.
I needed to die.
You need to
Regurgitate?
let go.
Let go. Yes.
Let go, and I needed to forgive. The first thing I did is I forgave others,
Yes.
because I was the hardest person to forgive, and I'm still working on that. We know that.
But first thing we did was forgive ourselves.
The first thing I did was
Was allow myself to hit the journey of forgiving myself. I'll put it that way. Like,
So you learn to forgive yourself.
yes, I learned
not to take
there's more than us in control.
control of what's going on.
You had a little ego left.
Oh yeah.
So you were worried about other people,
Yes.
not you.
No, not me. I'm perfect. No, you made me kill you.
Yeah.
No, sorry, joking. But that's what you get.
Right? You get. See, that was a joke, and that was even into ego. You gotta let
That
go.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
And, that was when you let go of Mike Knox.
Yes, Mike Knox.
This is,
Hopefully never to come
love
back.
that. I love that.
yeah. So when I let go, and then I was
Yeah.
dead. Yeah, he died. Him dead. And at the same time, so did my children. And so did everybody, all my relations I ever met. So did you. They all died because they are not my property.
Yes.
I am not control of this universe. I am not
This
control
is
of this
what
world.
we're trying to hit on.
Yeah.
Is that there's always going to be those people over here with our hearts attached to them, But we're not. We don't have to do that.
No.
We're not. We don't have to.
That's their own personal health.
Yeah, we don't have to do that anymore.
No. My kids like that either.
You know, and the people that love us unconditionally, that's all you should be worried about right now. Are the people that love you unconditionally, but you have to love yourself first. This is what the thing is about letting go and forgiving yourself. Letting go of that ego.
Mike. Oh, hey, Michael. Timothy.
That
Still.
guy's
He's dead. And so are you. And we are, like, the importance of that. If you're going to go and take this seriously and you're like, you know what? We still got no phone calls from anybody saying, hey, where's the ceremony at? So if we're doing this in vain, that's fine. We're just growing stronger together with this, then, if that's the case.
Yeah.
But if you want to go, the first thing to do is, like, kill your ego. Kill it. Because, honestly, you're just entertaining yourself on that. Because you're not entertaining me, you're not entertaining any of the elders, any of the women. The women, you're entertaining no one.
The ego is the killer. The ego always comes with resentments.
Well, because you set it up, right?
So it's not getting your...
The ego always comes with resentments. And resentments never go away until you let them go.
Yeah, yes.
Until you let them go.
You
It has to be gone. For your ego to be gone off your shoulders now. Because everybody's got that chip on your shoulder that they're looking, look at that thing, yeah. Whoa!
You know how hard...
There goes your ego.
And how hard is that to kill? Because it's not something as easy as saying, oh, my ego's dead, I'm a different man right now. No, it is being vigilant and understanding your responses to everything, being like, bam, power, yeah, power of prayer. And power
vigilant with your prayers.
And even talking to you, too. You remember in the beginning?
phone call and
Or in person, and we're tired. We gotta understand, when you're fire keeping at some ceremonies, you are tired. And what happens when you're tired? You get cranky. What happens when you're cranky? You get whiny. How many times did I just go, and I sit there and then I start thinking, I'm like, well, that was full of ego. That was full of the chip.
Look at that.
What are you doing, Owen?
I wrote that last week.
Did you?
That's crazy.
Wow. Well, it's true though, but so it is beautiful, and it's still something that usually it's pretty good. We can cope with it, and that's what we want. We're vigilant with our prayers and vigilant with medication, which is listening,
and then keeping everything open.
But there are times society does get heavy, and we have to revert back to the physical medicine of it all to shed that, because we are only human in the end. We are human.
We are having, what are we, spiritual beings having a human
experience, yeah. So we can get human
about it. I can, at least.
And I can turn right into Mike Knox like that if I'm not vigilant.
Thursday night. What did I do Thursday night? Oh yeah.
It's okay though.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I got
It's okay,
angry, sad. I got
okay.
yeah.
Okay. But you recognize that, and you let go of it as soon as you spoke of it.
Oh, I had to.
I tried to let go with you and the missus, and I was it's like nope, not good. Now I gotta say something. But other things egg that on a little bit too. But I'm human.
We are.
I prayed for you, and I prayed for myself, and I prayed other people.
My brother loves to talk about his humanness.
Very human.
And it always comes out.
Yeah.
It's always there, ever present.
Ever
present.
Yes.
Humanness that comes out. But that goes back with saying that the creator also has a humanness too. So he's got a tremendous sense of humor.
I think he has a bigger sense of humor than we think.
Yeah. It's not serious. Like, whoa, easy, nephew. It's not that serious.
Well, look at the laughter in our...
Take it easy.
In our people.
Whoa, bring it back up. Okay.
Hey, hold on.
Okay.
I said enjoy yourself.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Put your clothes back on. Come on. No, but our laughter is medicine. Our laughter is very much medicine. I think if they had like if everybody wore like a blanket over themselves, a sheet, and I just started talking to them, I would know if they were indigenous. That's a native. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's laughing. Yeah. And if they pick on you, you know. You know what I mean?
Or they just move the sheet with their lips.
Oh.
What you pointing at? Yeah. Oh man.
I did. I pointed my lips to Misty, and she was like, "What?"
Oh, she's getting it? Oh, no.
Yeah, she took her a couple times.
I remember you put up, we went to,
She knew I was talking about the pie.
we went to the, I forget what it was.
I know, we held flags and
We hadn't had it was winter time, so we had them there.
Yeah.
I look at them on the age and I can see him. Big old head. I can see her lip.
What lips?
What?
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 What? See,
What?
he's, and it's not being, he's from Niagara Falls, New York.
Oh, no. So?
So people know him meaning what?
what?
I mean
What?
shit. Oh.
Shit lips? Shit, what? What?
What lips?
What lips? Shit lips?
What lips?
No, shit lips.
Suck. Like what lip?
You got really big luscious
lips. Take a butt.
Oh, okay. Well,
I got a word about her. Yeah, what lips? Why do you teach me words?
Six Nations, man.
Is
There's
it?
Six Nations slang.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What? I know tabernacle.
You take a butt. Take a butt.
Take a butt.
You can do it. You got what lips?
No, you got like a big luscious.
Yeah.
Look at your lips.
Look at this.
Girls love you.
I love you. That's it's a curse.
What a curse.
You gotta say bones.
Oh, Uncle.
Ugh.
But yeah, so ceremony has saved me, and it takes a while. You got to keep on coming back. You got to basically go get your butt kicked over and over again to get the knowledge into you, so you can share it as well. But ultimately, the ending is everything but your physical self is dead. You kill everything, everything. Pride. You say, "This is me. This is you know stuff about me."
And I know stuff about you.
That could probably get us locked up. That if we told anybody else, we would have total shame
And sharing with others. But if you have that all out
of you, hey, no, what was it? Nobody has nothing. Right?
No.
Nothing.
No. And the lying, like the lying stops.
manipulation.
The manipulation
Yes.
like stops. Like it's so hard to even have a straight face when you're telling just a white lie anymore.
Yeah.
You can't.
It doesn't even exist anymore to come out of my mouth.
And it's easy to call it out too now. So what the hell are you talking about? You know what I mean? And you're like, yeah.
And then people know that don't ask me because he'll
Yeah.
he'll tell you the damn truth.
100%.
Like they don't come to me like say, hey man, what do you think about this? And I'll be like, what do you mean?
And that,
What do you mean?
well, that's another thing too. Is
If you come to you, we're both nice. I think I'm a little bit nicer than you at times with different things. I really do. There's people. I'm just saying, if I didn't want to know the truth and I wanted it to feel good, I don't think I'd go to you and ask you anything.
if I want a straight answer,
To save my life, I would go to you. But if I wanted my head blown up and I wanted to hear what I wanted to hear, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't go to you.
I would definitely go to you.
You would definitely go to me.
Yeah.
Why?
I would. I'm just saying, if I wanted. You're beautiful, brother. You want it? You can have it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not as strong as you with
Oh
that.
my goodness.
What are you talking about? A horn now in your car? We got work to do. We got work. You got work to do. What are you talking about? Put a horn. I don't know how to put a horn on. YouTube it. I looked at my phone. You YouTube it. But right after that, I'm like, oh, YouTube it.
Here now, people are like, what the hell are these guys talking about right now?
I'm sorry. I'll see what happens.
It does. It happens a lot. And,
It is a beautiful thing.
you know, we can come back and talk about what needs to be talked about.
Well, we just hit on.
I want you to talk a little bit about ceremony and foot lodge and meeting other people.
The ceremonies are like essential. Sweat lodges are run usually from new moon to the full moon. Is basically when they happen. They happen every new moon and every full moon.
Don't show up if you on your moon.
Right? And a lot of people, when I first started out, were I love your word. It's romanticizing. Sweat lodge. A lot of people were coming smoking weed beforehand, thinking they're going to get higher inside.
That brings you down.
Which is true.
Well,
Okay,
We're gonna
sweat
disagree.
lodge, it heightens everything when you get in.
Oh, you heighten it.
Right. So, but you're thinking it's gonna send you to the moon.
no.
When you're in there already high, but it's like it's depleting you in there.
Yes, because
It's a spiritual high what you're getting in there.
Well, yes, because the medicine in the lodge and the medicine anything on the road is way stronger than you can think that a bud of pot is. And I'll tell you that right now because
Anything on the street.
when you first start smoking pot, oh, except for the white horse, black devil, black devil. All right, so, well, let's talk about pot for a minute. Pot, when you first start getting high, if you're not a spiritual person and you start smoking pot when you're younger, right? You feel like you're high and you're spiritual connected. You wear all that stuff, right? But then when you go onto this road or any spiritual awakening, you got to realize that marijuana is at a 400 to 500 vibration, right? So a depressed person or something may be in the 90s, 100, or whatever. Or, you know, normally not open-minded, just whatever, they smoke a joint, they're high. They're literally high, their vibration. When you come and you go into ceremony and you open your mind up and you start understanding, you start killing the ego, you start doing all this stuff, your regular vibration is 900 plus. So when you smoke a joint, you essentially, we talk about this, you're grounding yourself to a 500 level. Does that make any sense to anybody? And I can thank Jen LaFay for that teaching. And she is the one that explained that. We're talking about that's I think that goes with personal ceremony. You want to do that by yourself, that's awesome. You don't want to do it by yourself, that's awesome too. That goes with opinions.
Don't judge me.
No, but seriously, like at one time I could use pot to get high, but if I were to use pot now, it would be actually to ground me to the ground, because we work at such
It's a natural high.
Yes.
It's a natural high now.
We're vibrating 900. You smoke, you're bringing yourself down.
You're coming down.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and it's supposed to relax us, like calm us, you know. But that was great.
Sorry.
I apologize.
Something I couldn't say.
Well,
I'll tell you that right now.
We dance on the same road, man, but we have different dances, you know. We got different drummers. But there's people that go and they romanticize.
Yeah, they're romanticizing the ceremonial aspect about it. They're romanticizing the spiritual aspect about it. We're here for spiritual travels, man. You know, and
I'm sorry, I had to go there. And there's nothing wrong with that either.
I understand that.
But when you go on YouTube and they're saying this is the real deal, come down to Peru and you know,
shamans.
they wait. And my thing is this: I would respect if I'm walking on my journey and it comes up.
But I'm not paying you $200 to go and get to a sweat lodge.
No, because that money to me
ceremony.
cancels any kind of medicine that was going on right there.
These lodges are free to anybody that wants spiritual enlightenment, spiritual growth, spiritual anything. That was my point of talking about when these ceremonies happen, because we're based on the moon. We're phasing of the moons. That is where our ceremonies came from since day one. From day one, and we never shunned anybody from any community, from any tribe, from any nation.
Which brings me to a question. Okay, going back to romanticization. Okay, so we have the fire, so we have to respect the fire, especially being fire keepers. We have to respect the fire. Okay, so at what point does it become a fire keeper's and or elder's business to call somebody out? Now, I'm not talking about correction for throwing a wrapper on the ground or kicking a fire log.
What about having a cigarette?
What happens? That's of course that is more than enough. I've been scuffed up plenty of times for the wrong area, and I've never talked about
chatter.
Chatter? I think that falls more
about a Chevy.
Talk about a Chevy.
Yeah, Chevy.
Well, I personally,
Chatter.
I think it's fire keepers' business, 100%. I used to not make it my business.
It shouldn't be our elders'
No,
responsibility.
100%. No, 100%. Even no, but there's different. So at what point though? Okay, so how can I put this? What I'm trying to say.
We're there to protect fire.
Protect the ceremony. We're there for all the needs of the people, right? But there are some people there that can be super sick
and not even know what they're doing. Is that a good way, or am I getting
off topic with this? I'm just trying to figure out when does it come somebody's business saying, "Hey, what are you doing?"
or if it ever does come our business.
Because this ain't personal ceremony. This is ceremony
It
with
shouldn't
other
be up
things.
to the firekeeper. It should be up to everybody there. That's at that ceremony. You should already know not to start talking in front of the fire with disrespect. You know, that's what comes from the romanticizing part. You know, they're not here for the right reasons. But that's something that we go to lodge for, is to let go all of our humanness. That's what we go to lodge for, to pray diligently for change, for spiritual change, for our mind, body, and soul to become one. And that goes again with Matakyasan, you know, the whole Matakyasan. You know, those are the daily prayers that I do every day. You know, I welcome you every day. Like, it's with my shoes on, like ready to go. Like, guide me to what you want me to do today.
I agree with that. Yeah.
You know, like, just guide me to the right places that you need me to be. You know, guide me to speak the right way. And that's the biggest thing for me, man. Like, I've been asking for the Creator to take this effort away from me, like the swearing part. You know, and this is my next stage of just becoming more pure, man. Just not, you know, the everlasting respect for everything around me. As soon as I start to swear, it belittles every little thing around.
Oh, 100%. Littles, even when you know how you talk, we kind of miss these sometimes. And if we
Littles, even the ideal.
in the spirit of her, by doing that, and same thing with my notebook.
Everything, man.
Remember how I switched
even when
up?
there's kids around, man, and I start swearing, like, I just feel so horrible. Like, it belittles me inside.
But you know you crossed your personal
line.
Right, and I talk to the Creator and I say, oh, you know, Yahweh, you know, forgive me right away. Boom, boom, boom.
Well, you have to. I think that's the most important thing too. But if anybody can switch up their language, it would be you.
Like
Hexia is my word. I always like saying Hexia because I don't know why, like, I said hell a lot. Yeah. Not that that's like, it's not the F bomb.
Yeah.
But hell yeah, right? So it's Hexia. And I might get laughed at by some people. Hexia, what's that? But and I think we do the same thing with like the F word. Maybe start saying, even though it means the same thing, it still takes kind of the harshness out of it.
like something like that.
I'm doing my best to not to say it anymore. Like, even just like you said, frick is another just meaning.
It's the same thing.
I will not say, but Hexia is like, yeah. I don't think it means hell yeah.
No, it's not.
You know what I mean?
It's not.
Heck yeah, man. Like, heck yeah.
Yeah, heck yeah. Like, I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. Like,
that is cool. That's my
cool.
feeling about it. But when you're trying to, like, take the F word out of your mouth, man.
Yeah.
Do that, man.
Well, I have to, and you do too.
That, man.
Take the F word out because remember we talked about the power of words. And you talked about this last week, the power of words, and they call it spelling for a reason. I've seen that. I know it's a corny meme, but spelling is called spelling for a reason. We don't understand our internals. Like, even me saying something to you, like,
your head might say, "Oh,
ha ha ha," but does your internals know that it's in a joking manner?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and even if we say we walk with our ancestors,
we walk with spirit.
We walk with intent, man. Like, we walk with intent every morning. Like, you walk from the bedroom to the bathroom with intent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and walking out the house and locking that door, man.
I don't. Shut up.
No, I don't. But I got something on the other end.
Yeah. But everything that we start with is intent. Our intent is true. Our intent is real. Our intent with our eyes. Like, our eyes betray us more than our tongue. You know? Yeah, man.
My mind
needs healing. To be truthful.
See, now you know, like, I just sparked something here.
No, yeah, you did, because they immediately went to guilt.
Yeah.
Like, in my head, of like, and I'm talking about visual stuff that I thought about today, and it's like, yeah. But seriously, our minds, right? And no, I think I have enough of that. I need some sage.
I have too much joy.
Whoa. I was like, whoa. It hit you, man.
No, I know, because it was like,
that gave me goosebumps.
Well, so you felt it then, right?
Yeah.
When you said that, I was like almost like an epiphany of
Yeah.
It's
Only it lights and it goes,
like,
man.
just
Like
for you.
that's yeah,
That's it.
exactly. That's the thing with our medicines. You don't keep relighting it. We lit our medicines to begin with. They burned for us. We prayed with it, exactly what we needed, and they went out. You don't need to be lighting it over again. You don't need to keep lighting it over again, especially with your sage. When you're lighting your sage, just burn it and pray and be done, and that's it.
if you have the pieces like we do, put it in there like we did, let it burn and do that.
Stock on it.
But even on the bundles they got,
Yeah.
if we go opposite direction than a lot of people do. You just go one turn around. That's enough. Do a little shaky shake.
Yeah.
Breathe it in and do that, and that's a good. I think that's
Good, especially for a beginner because
it's great.
I've wasted in the beginning,
Man,
so much.
I'm telling you,
stuff.
when even when I was younger, my teenage years, and I had a greatest sweetgrass. Lighting that bugger back up, and waving it. Come on, go now, and I'd be praying, done my prayer, walked around, it's out. Keep lighting it.
Oh, I'm guilty of that with the
never taught anything.
No, you want to burn it all, right?
That's the thing about this ceremony and the red road down this path is it's life changing.
We got a message
on the Third Keeper page, private message. Did you
see that?
I don't want. I'm not going to name drop, but they're talking about being interviewed, but they were like they didn't want to be. They want to be.
Okay, they just wanted the voices heard.
I guess they wanted us
to hit on.
They want an interview with
Did he?
White and get
black sheet and a little thing.
I don't know, man.
They had turned in negativity into positivity.
Okay. So
we just talked about
interview on.
Well, you'll see after this.
Well, that's I really
want to interview.
They didn't really say they want to interview. After I put that, they messaged me and they said, "You speak on, or I don't want to be on tape, but negative and really positive."
Okay.
So
that's sweet, guys.
Yeah. Well, we just said it, but I want
to put it out here on live too. Is that we're going to start carrying around what we need to carry around. And
on the spot, I'm just gonna
not be shy. I always carry my tobacco with me.
I always have the medicines in my car. They're all over my house.
Yeah, you're good. You're
good to go. You're me.
You have
medicine. I carry
tobacco usually, but
you had your sage up there on the thing, and then you're getting away from that.
Well, you know what it is.
To me, and this is no excuse,
but I
really
have an addiction to gifting. I have an addiction when it comes to medicine of handing medicine out, and I don't know why it makes
me feel good, so maybe it's a selfish reason.
Okay.
But so I guess keep replenishing the vehicle.
Are you seeing the energy before you're gifting, or are you just going past that energy? This is what they need. Because that whole aspect of the giving is awesome. But I mean, if you're giving for the right reason, by all means. But if you're gifting because that's what they need. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I 100% know. In the beginning, we talked about this too, about people, the vampires.
And they don't want to indulge.
They want to do a folk next, and they want give me. That has come to a quick end because
you hear people talk about prices.
You hear about like give me this, give me that, and then anybody knows what they're talking about here. So it's nothing personal, but
you can recognize that from a mile. If there's something that I feel somebody needs, do you get what I'm saying?
That's better.
Yeah,
that's better because when before you were like, "Come here, I got it."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Give pounds of it away.
What do you need? I heard you. Over there. Sage over there. Sage over here. What are you doing?
Well, they go so high on it, right?
I know.
Like, boom, take it.
But there's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, there's now there's got to be like the energy now. The energy.
100%. No,
I'm reading Center to Chest. I'm reading. It's not about just because they need it. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes it's not our business.
A lot of it goes back to eye contact.
I've always been a shifty guy. You're the one.
That's always eye contact.
Yeah, I always.
I just
Read on eye contact too. with energy.
yeah, the handshake, the
Big time.
wrist.
Handshaking with
See
the eye
shake.
contact.
And I picked up what you picked up.
Up too with the shaking.
The, yeah, that's like you don't do it rudely.
It's not rudely, but if somebody gives you the whatever, you definitely turn around privately and you get rid of it
Fast
fast.
as possible.
Well, the most played way to
Oh,
not
yeah.
shake hands is just say how do you do.
Yeah. 'cause
How
it's
do you
not
do,
really-
and then be gone because we're not trying to be friends with everybody. You got to be the nicest person you can be all the time. But you gotta be that energy, man. You're giving I'm giving you my energy as soon as I grab your hand.
And it's a gift, and it should be a full connection back for you. And that's what I'm saying. I took along the hard way of people that we've seen daily, weekly,
and certain
Yeah,
people, and it's
certain
like
people.
and it's like, wait, where's that full connection? It's just going one-sided there. It's one-sided here. It's one-sided here. And you sit there, and that, oh man, see. And then we let it go, though. We let it go, and that, and
Yeah.
how I learned that was actually by having my feelings hurt. Having my feelings hurt, and not my energy was not wanted. Remember that? That a couple times you're like, you were one at times where you're like,
sometimes they don't want your energy, man.
relax, sit your butt down, and that hurt. But then you realize and that same person that we talked to, I'm very close to. So it just had to grow into that, but I understand it.
Yeah.
You know, I understand the quiet, the reserve. I understand that. You know,
We're not everybody's cup of tea,
It's true.
and that's okay.
You know, it's but there's no falseness
No,
with us.
no.
And our when they see us both coming, they see the aura behind us.
Yeah.
And our spirit guides are just like smiling at us, man. It's just overpowering for people, man. It overpowers them.
overpowers us sometimes. Not today. Well, we said, and that's another thing too with energies too is we're protected before we even come to somebody. I feel this way. There's certain things that we go through, and I just notice that it's either they do everything but run to go the other way.
Yeah.
That, or they just don't show up, or they just don't go here no more, or they just don't walk this way anymore.
Yeah.
And we're not violent, but the energy can be very uncomfortable.
If I didn't want to hang out with you,
For the first, was it 4 years?
how uncomfortable would it?
What was that?
Yeah, I was drinking.
And partying and like
Drink in hand.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
ceremony what?
Yeah, you do that? Yeah, you will.
Oh yeah. Not ready. Well, and what I want to do, I want to run the other way. And that's okay. That's whole different energies.
No, it's fine.
But you're still
Right beside me.
Yeah.
Eat my lunch.
You know how sick?
I can't get away.
You know how sick I was though? I was so sick that I was happy I thought you were drinking.
You did.
That's that.
Mind,
Yeah,
right?
like,
Somebody's down in the gutter with me. Yeah, with it. Yeah. Oh, well, shit, man.
Not cool for those rules. Yeah, that was good times.
Jesus.
What do you want
2000.
That's a long time coming. You've seen it far before I did.
2014.
I got hit by lightning in 2015. Then that's when I started getting better. Revert. Created put the seed in me.
Yeah,
I did something.
you got a bad one?
That's my back fat.
Yeah, I had a burn mark on my finger and a burn mark on my toe.
And my cousin turned.
Told me about that. I didn't tell nobody about that. My wife knows.
Get hit with lightning. I said that spun me back around. I was walking around like a
Windigo. It's all so screwed up.
Everywhere.
I got hit by lightning and it's slowly like almost a fan going the other way. But did anybody have questions? No.
We're gonna have to go over them when we're done.
Yeah, I've been doing like that. We want to hit on last?
Well, we were talking about lunch.
We were. Then we started talking about drinking.
Again.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. But the ceremonies are, they're obviously not happening now, which sucks. But we do have to stay vigilant with our prayers every day, which is in meditation, which is amazing. We have work to do with our drums I actually got a message from Billy Bonner, who lives up in Toronto. He said he's gonna make us a drum.
What? Say what?
Yeah, Billy Bonner, he's probably watching right now.
Thank you. Good.
He does all kinds of woodworking, and he makes cutting boards.
Nice.
But he's a niche now, and not niche now. I think, yeah, he's a niche now.
His niche?
Yeah, he's niche. So I'll give you a contact. That boy can start talking a little bit.
He also knows language.
But
Somebody
he's
to talk
a
to.
woodworker.
Nice.
Yeah, he's good. Maple.
Maple.
He's maple. But
That's
he's
awesome.
trying to find like a 15 and 20 foot piece that's got straight grain, so it's not all wavy.
That's nice.
Easy to bend.
See, what the whole thing with me is like, I don't care if it's wavy.
I just break the thing. They get just super glued together. I just want to beat it.
And then I was talking to Dan, Eagle Dan, Dan Strachan, who owns Native Leathers out in Transit Road in Depew.
How's he doing? You better?
He's good.
Do we set up a GoFundMe page yet for him, or what was he?
Oh, good.
Ah, sorry.
Ain't nobody watching.
Oh, God. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. See, all this is gonna bite me in the butt one day.
Yeah. He was reaching out for Rawhide and said, "There's your man."
Oh yeah. Any kind of
Hide.
Eagle Dan. That's the way to go. Eagle Dan.
Transit Road Depew.
Don't stay too long. You're gonna get lost in there and
Stew.
stew.
You're gonna be sitting down eating stew.
Eating stew. You never give me stew. You know what?
I
What are
got
you talking about?
You got two.
Man.
Yeah, snubbed you again.
It's okay.
I love that guy. A little bit.
Bitty Eagle Dan.
Crossing your fingers there.
I love him.
So our sweat lodges, yep.
Sweat lodge.
New moon and full moon.
Miss him dearly because of the whole COVID thing.
But it's a way of life.
And way of personal ceremony.
Too.
Yeah.
That's first and uncle said too. When you're done with
The new moon lodge, you're working your hardest to do better. Working your hardest to do better till the next lodge, which is full moon lodge. And that's where you start your red road. In between the ceremonies. Like 13 days, man. 13 days. Make it for the 13 days. You have bear grease on you for 3 days. You're not taking a shower for
3 days. 4 days.
3 days and 4 nights.
Yeah, 4 nights. Okay.
3 days and 3 nights.
It was dirty for an extra day.
Yeah, man.
And then you got your fast.
You're not supposed to fornicate either.
Well,
Says uncle.
well, they're very
Ricky.
fuck my kids. No, I'm joking. But no, they've and that's easier said than done too, as far as like when you
Do your best. Hang on to
the
it.
next one.
Yeah.
Because that it sounds so much easier, right? You're on such that high, getting out of there, you're high for next day. Now you start getting this like you're almost. I can't explain it unless you do it. You're like there and there.
And then when you're coming back too,
It's really sometimes some weeks was hard to hang on.
Man.
how to hang on.
Man.
Remember Nicole would even.
Talks about that. You know, you got so good and then you
When's
just
the next line?
yeah, he needs it. Thank goodness that's over with. That's right.
Thank goodness.
Because
a
it
lot
was.
of, a lot of it's the first step's always the easiest,
Oh yeah.
you know. And
Go through that
then
Dr.
you're going,
Jekyll.
Jesus, 4 years was like finally seeing that straight path ahead of that curvy
We
road.
You stop.
Stop with the two row, right? You stop one leg on this one leg on this one. That's what you're happening at the beginning, right? You want to let go, you want a better life, you want to do this, but you don't want to leave that money and you think about that money and you want to think about that women and you want to think about this and that and the moral things and you're back and forth. And when you're hiding, you have ego and you're not acting right. Guess what? You're not right. It comes out in your words. First thing that
Yeah,
you know.
you're never right. You're never right until you speak right.
Exactly. So that.
Man, speaking on a daily And when you're first starting your day, that's where it begins.
Yeah.
That's where your healing it really begins.
But it has to be conscious.
Yes.
When you wake up, you know, that's something that work needs to be done. As you say all the time, work needs to be done. It's not robot. It's not robot. You have to tell yourself when you're laying in bed, you're about to wake up, you need to be tired.
Okay, we're gonna have a good day.
Good day. Kids, and we're gonna talk nice to the kids.
Nice, and we're gonna talk nice about everything and love everything. I'm very cranky right now, but I'm gonna love everything and
create a thing because you gotta speak this out, and then you gotta
you have to be specific to what you want.
100%.
As well. Like when you're talking like that, you have to be specific on like help me deal with this.
Yeah.
If you're asking help me.
No,
the way I speak.
Okay, well here you go. Here's a couple helps right here, and then you're swearing.
Yeah.
You know, you're not being specific enough on what you exactly need from
For life every day, being specific for the day. You know, once you've prayed on it, you gotta let it go. Once you've prayed on that, you gotta
walk that prayer.
You gotta say thank you. And
you gotta walk that prayer, and you're not looking behind you. You're just gonna, when you look behind, you better say thank you.
Yeah.
And when you're looking behind, you better say, oh, please forgive me.
Yeah, forgive me. I already know you got. I already know you
covered that. Yeah. Forgive me.
but help me.
No, and I understand what
Help
you're
me.
saying.
Deal with this.
I understand what you're saying too. When you pray for something, you gotta be convicted.
That it's already gonna happen, and you say Yahweh, and you gotta say that has happened. Hey, cuz. The one I always say hi to.
Oh yeah, the guy.
That guy?
He never says hi.
He never said that guy go say hi. Hey, cuz.
I don't know. No, I'm not.
Mojo.
Oh, you're ridiculous.
I am. What's
Hello?
up? Hold on. Oh.
We gotta get it.
Oh, we got an hour.
For real?
Hour 6.
Come on, wrap it up.
Hour 6.
We were just rambling again tonight.
We will get more.
We'll get the PowerPoints down, but I mean, we should.
Here we go. We're gonna start talking.
No,
again.
no, we need to.
We need to, because this is our game plan. Is that we like to be unscripted.
Well, we're gonna start talking again. This is where we
No,
we said bye like 4 times last week. Yeah, we'll see you later. Well, hey, let's get.
We will start. Stuff is picking up. Remember, we're paying for this ourselves. So we have a few things we need to get, and our articles that we have to kind of research onto. That we have our brother. It's going to take a minute to kind of get our bearings. That's what I want to get out there. We'll get it to a point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll be a little
Professional about it, but we're not trying to be professional.
No.
We just want to get the
word out there. We want to spread our message of compassion and kindness to
every nation and every tribe out there, and there's help for anybody. Like I said, these hands can be your hands. I'll say it all the time. I mean, all you gotta do is reach out. We can point you in some directions. My brother and I belong to
a well variety group out in Tuscarora, New York. It's called
7 Clans.
Lifesaver, especially in this pandemic.
And we bring our ceremony to 7 Clans.
This is what we're allowed to.
Jay Claus Sr., he is the proprietor, along with a couple of his friends that started it back in May 13th, 1972.
How do you know this?
Because I have it implanted in my memory.
You looked at it?
Yeah.
Getting off the bush.
Pictures of it.
You did take a picture of it.
Well, we go out there and we
spread our ceremony out there with the sacred fire. We start every fire with
intent of goodness and with prayer, and we're spreading the word of wellness to everybody out there, and the spirituality aspect of NA and Al-Anon group members are represented out there respectfully, and we don't take that lightly.
I'll come to.
White, black, yellow, red, more red.
You like that?
Yeah, I do, and you know the open aspect of
well variety is
a big tree, and we're only a couple of twigs on that tree, and we're not even branches yet. I mean, we could be branches, but we don't. I don't look at myself as a branch. I don't look at myself higher than anybody. I was on this road.
I had no help on this road. I had no help from my family. I had no help from my deepest.
Matriarchs of my family are all gone. You know, and those were the ones that helped me the most. I'm not gonna say that no member of my family helped me, but I had support
From the back. But
they weren't like hand in hand with me. You know, they weren't hand in hand with me, you know, at all.
And that's a subject that
Yeah, but
bothers
that's
me as well, though.
that part is what shouldn't have to happen to anybody on this red road, because
we have so many members. We
have so many people that are here for you to help, and all you got to do is pick up the phone and call. But who? How do you know to get that help? How do you know where to go? You can come to the Firekeeper's Den and we'll help you. We'll come to your house. If you have bad spirits in there, we'll have a ceremony there for you.
Don't
No
be
charge. We're not
don't
gonna
be
charge
buying
No.
nobody's services.
Don't buy anybody's
Never.
services. If you ever pay for a service,
Oh,
come and talk to us first. We'll be there.
give us a glass of water.
That's I need next lasagna.
Ooh. No, you're getting a little expensive
I
there.
love lasagna. Give me
First
some
beer and lasagna.
Yeah.
No, but whatever you can give like that. Even if
Tobacco.
it's a hug, I'll take hugs. Hugs is good name.
Right? You talking about pie? I just want
Key lime.
water.
I'm thinking about water.
We have pie in the fridge right now.
You get the phone.
Okay.
yeah.
We're gonna eat it in about 30 minutes.
But this is our message of
Hope and realization that you're not alone. Never alone. You're never alone on this path. You're never alone. This is what we say at 7 Clan 2. You're never alone. Look to the left of you. Look to the right of you. We're here.
you're never alone. You come.
You always come to 7 Clan. You're welcome home. And that's the same thing as Lodge. Lodge. I invite so many people to come to Lodge because I want them to have what I have.
Bottom line. It's not because I have.
Alternative motives?
No.
I don't
No.
have that. I want you to have what I have.
And if you don't know, if anybody, and this goes with any race, it doesn't matter. If you have questions, you can't find us, you don't want to find us. Listen, we are easy to find. We're
Oh my
easy to
God.
contact. We have
If you just ask anybody to drop
somebody's name. There's somebody's just like, oh, they're there on this Thursday, or
Yeah.
they're going to be there this Sunday, or they're going
If
to be
he's
there.
not alone, he's probably with him.
yeah.
Does that make any sense?
No, it didn't. Firekeeper's
If
dead.
he ain't here,
He's probably with him.
No, but seriously, we just ask. Like, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Oh, I'm white, or I'm black,
Yeah.
or I'm Chinese,
Feel,
or this.
feel free to share this, like, to everybody.
too. Like we're here for everybody.
And that goes too with
Even if you're not, and this is where
Affiliation? Or
no,
what?
but even if okay, let's say, I know where this is going, but if let's say, I don't know if I'm comfortable in that kind of samurai, but but this and that, and I talk about the blue road, and I talk about the yellow road, and there's different roads because
I hate to do it, but
pre-Christian, pre-Muslim, it's all based in there. We have friends right here that are heathens. They're paganism.